Welcome back, movers, to the third log of this training. This will be for September 20th to September 26th. Starting off Monday, September 20th, that was my easy run for 40 minutes at Zone 2. I ended up running with my coach, Dustin. I think this was a very easy run and didn't have any problems with it. Any of the pain that I had from last week from the scare on my left foot was gone. And for some reason, I didn't have much soreness either after the run. So I'm not sure what that means, but I guess it could mean that I'm getting stronger. These 40-minute runs at Zone 2, I'm getting more used to them. When you run a marathon, you run at your Zone 2 or your aerobic capacity. It's an aerobic exercise. Like, you're not redlining. You're trying to do it at a comfortable pace. And that Zone 2, the foundation, I think I'm building it up. And that showed on my Monday run. So I was pretty happy about that. On Tuesday, cross training, and I did my favorite thing to do, which is swimming. I did 1,600 meters mixed with freestyle and drills. And the drills consisted of kicking and just doing catch with a buoy and a snorkel. And of course, these past 2 days I stretched. You need to stretch. On Wednesday, I had my first interval run for this half marathon training. It's a 10-minute warm-up, 2 minutes at Zone 4, and then a 1-minute rest, and that gets repeated 6 times. I ran in my neighborhood, which has a lot of rolling hills, so that really kicked up my heart rates, and I was definitely gasping for air at the end of it, but it felt good. It felt like an actual. It felt like a typical exercise where you're drenched and you're gasping for air, and you're kind of gassed at the end. So I felt pretty good about that. Although next time I do an interval, I may not do it at my neighborhood, so that I can control my heart rate a little bit more, because I definitely was in Zone 5 a lot of the time. So just to help with controlling my heart rate, I might try and find something that's a little flatter. On Thursday, I did a strength and conditioning day, and I used James Dunn's video. I'll link it in the description. But then I also added an actual leg workout, strength workout. So I did squats, I did quad leg extensions, hamstring curls, and calf raises. And then to top it off, I did ab workouts that my wife showed me. She used to be a gymnast, and so she has a really strong core. She showed me some of the exercises that she used to do when she was training, and it definitely kicks my butt. So on Friday, September 24th, that was my complete rest day, and my legs, which are not used to working out, like strength workout, they were super sore. So that kind of worried me a little bit, thinking that, oh man, I'm gonna go into my long run on Saturday with these really sore muscles. I also weighed myself that morning. I am now 165.2 pounds. September 10th, I was 166.6, and then September 17th, I was 165, so I lost 1.6 pounds. And then September 24th, I gained back 0.2 pounds, which is basically just maintaining. And the good thing about this is that this past week, my diet hasn't been very good, because I've been snacking a lot. Usually when we watch movies, at the end of the day before we go to bed, I'll probably break out some chips or some crackers and eat it with peanut butter or jelly. I definitely overdid it this past week. I would eat to the point where I actually couldn't eat anymore. But the good news is that I only gained 0.2 pounds. I think that's basically maintaining. So the good news is that I ate terribly, but my exercising has been able to balance that out. So moving forward, all I need to do is just eat a little bit less than what I did this past week, which would be really easy to do, because I really overdid it, and I know that I will lose weight. Saturday, September 25th, that was my long run day, and we were at Myrtle Beach for the weekend visiting my brother and his wife. I was pretty psyched about running along the beach. The long run was an hour and 35 minutes, and what that consisted of is a 10-minute warm up, a 40-minute zone 2 run, a 5-minute brisk walk, and then another block of the 40-minute zone 2. So it's basically two 40-minute zone 2 runs with a 5-minute brisk walk in the middle. The interesting thing was that my heart rate and my breathing were excellent. Like, I controlled them the entire way through. But the thing that was breaking down were my hips and ankles. I guess what I'm saying is that if I had stronger hips or stronger ankles, I could have ran the half marathon. Or actually, I was feeling so good that I probably could have ran the marathon at that pace, which was basically a 10-minute pace, if my ankles and hips just weren't hurting. But I guess that's part of it. My body just wasn't strong enough to handle the mileage, the pounding of the concrete. Hopefully I'll get stronger, and I'll get used to that. Oh, by the way, another thing that I forgot to say was on Thursday I ended up getting my shoes, my New Balance 1080 version 11 shoes, and they kind of look like bananas, so I call them my banana shoes. And I ended up running with them on the long run day, and they felt great. I don't know if I know I said my ankles hurt, but I don't think it was because of that. I think I just wasn't used to running for that long. I think any pairs of shoes, I think, would have hurt my hips, and I don't think it would have made a difference with any pair of shoes. I think my ankles and my hips would have felt the same way after the run. So at the end of the day on Saturday, my hips were sore, my ankles were sore, and my muscles were sore. My quads, my hams, my calves. We ended up going to the beach, and then I ended up doing some kicks in the ocean, a little bit of hydrotherapy, I guess, and it really loosened up my muscles and my hips and my ankles, and it really made me feel a lot better. So I think after these long runs, it would be beneficial for me to possibly do a swim, or maybe the next day to always try and do a swim. I feel like I get the most bang for my buck whenever I go swimming after a run, as far as recovering and really removing the tightness from my muscles. And then of course, as soon as I got home, I stretched for about half an hour. On Sunday, I didn't get to do any cross training because we traveled back from Myrtle Beach to Charlotte. So I mean, that pretty much took up the whole day. I just wasn't able to cross train that day, and honestly, neither did I want to, because I was pretty beat. I figured, I'll take another rest day. That's fine. That pretty much concludes it for this week. If you like what you're watching, and if you want to follow along with my first half marathon journey, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. If you haven't yet, please go to my Instagram and follow me there on movemore_Dave. All right, that's all I got for this week. I'll see you next week. And remember, guys, keep moving.